Hi everyone, this is Aryan Mishra. Nice to meet all of you. I'm the founder of Spark Astronomy, and this lecture is conducted by the Spark Astronomy and Atal Innovation Mission, or collaboration between Atal Innovation Mission. This is every Saturday we have a lecture. We tell you about or different things about astronomy and everything which goes up in the space. Last time we conducted the first lecture in last Saturday, which was about basics of stargazing. Now this is our second lecture, which is about origin of the universe. Right. So mainly, one of the most aspect is that everything has a starting, right? So universe has started from somewhere, right? There is the origin of something, right? So we're going to learn most probably about that only. So yeah. So origin of the universe. What does this origin of the universe means? Origin मतलब किसी चीज की शुरुआत होना, right? Origin मतलब किसी चीज की शुरुआत होना. For example, to become a tree, you need to first put a seed. And the moment you put a seed, from slowly it becomes a small plant, then it bigger, then after a few years, it becomes a massive tree. In the same way, astronomers and scientists believe there must be something that has led the universe to start from a certain origin, a certain point, right? That point we described as a big bang, right? The best supported theory of a universe starts back nearly 13.7 billion years ago with a big bang. There is, I think, spelling error of big. It's I have written BING. It's big. So the best supported theory of a universe starts back nearly 13.7 billion years ago with a big bang. So scientists believe that the starting of the universe from a big bang. In 1929, with the observations of Edwin Hubble, it was proved that the universe is expanding from a single atom. So we started from one single atom. Like the same way, like the same way, a tree becomes a massive tree from a single seed. Now, to create a Big Bang, there are a few more very important things. First is cosmic microwave radiation, which was discovered in 1960s by Arno Penzias and Norbert Wilson. It gave multiple proofs about the Big Bang. So scientists and astronomers believe that to create the Big Bang, you need cosmic microwave radiation, right? गाड़ी चलाने के लिए हमें पेट्रोल और फ्यूल चाहिए होता है, पेट्रोल या डीजल चाहिए होता है. ऐसे ही यूनिवर्स को चलाने के लिए और बिग बैंग को करने के लिए हमें कॉस्मिक माइक्रोवेव रेडिएशन चाहिए होती है. Cosmic microwave radiation is consists of 4 parts. That is gravity, electromagnetism, strong and weak nuclear forces. What does this mean? Gravity, आप लोगों को सबको पता है. What is gravity? Gravity, a force which is exerting on us to remain on the ground in a very अगर हम layman के language में बात करें. Abhi, I'm sitting right now on a seat. You are sitting at your home. You must be sitting on a chair, a bed, whatever. Why are you sitting? Because there is a force acting upon us to make us sure that we sit. That is gravity. If I talk in a very simple language, what is electromagnetism? Electromagnetism means, if you see the word electro means charged particles. That is electron. That could be any particle that can be charged. That is electron. So if you see that electron is a charged particle. Magnetism. What is magnetism? दो magnets होते हैं, वो आपस में repel करते हैं, उसको magnetism कहते हैं, right? So electromagnetism मतलब electronic charged particles का आपस में repel होना. This is known as electromagnetism. When electronic charged particles they repel to each other, that is known as electromagnetism. अगर मैं बहुत simple language में बात करूँ, if I don't tell you the Wikipedia definition, what is strong and weak nuclear forces? Very simple. When neutron and proton they collide with each other, they form a force that is known as strong nuclear forces. And strong and weak का मतलब क्या होता है? You must be knowing that strong मतलब ज़्यादा nuclear force, weak मतलब थोड़ी कम nuclear forces. So ये चार ऐसी चीजें, gravity, electromagnetism, strong and weak nuclear forces, जो काम करती हैं कॉस्मिक माइक्रोवेव रेडिएशन को बनाने में. साइंटिस्ट ये मानते हैं कि कॉस्मिक माइक्रोवेव रेडिएशन वाज द रीजन व्हाई यूनिवर्स स्टार्टेड. और जैसे यूनिवर्स शुरू हुआ 13.7 बिलियन years ago, but as time passed, matter cooled, many different kinds of particles starts moving and they eventually condense into stars and galaxies of present universe. The universe started moving and there were so many things which was happening, and there were multiple evidence that that how things are working up in the universe and everything. So the universe kept starting, universe बढ़ता रहा, धीरे धीरे मैटर कूल डाउन होता रहा और धीरे धीरे चीजें ठंडी हो गई और फिर हमारा आज वो प्रेजेंट यूनिवर्स है. इसका मतलब ये है. अब सबसे पहली बात ये चीज होती है फॉर्मेशन ऑफ स्टार्स. स्टार्स बनते कैसे हैं? हम कैसे बनते हैं? हम बनते हैं अपनी मम्मी से. हाउ यू आर born, everyone in this planet is born from some mom, right? एक एनिमल से लेके ह्यूमन से लेके सब लोग, सबकी मम्मीज होती हैं, सबकी मॉम्स होती हैं. वैसे स्टार्स की भी मॉम होती हैं. वो कौन होता है? वो होते हैं नेबुला. स्टार्स आर born from a nebula. Stars are made up of hydrogen and helium, which produces light and heat through reactions happening in the stars. Right? इसका लाइव एग्जांपल है हमारा सन. अब आई विल गिव यू वन एग्जांपल कि अगर गाड़ी को चलाने के लिए फ्यूल चाहिए होता है, एक हवाई जहाज को चलाने के लिए फ्यूल चाहिए होता है, एक रॉकेट को चलाने के लिए फ्यूल चाहिए होता है, राइट? सब हर चीज को चलाने के लिए कुछ ना कुछ चाहिए होता है. इन द सेम वे एक स्टार्स को उसमें से लाइट निकालने के लिए, उसमें से हीट निकालने के लिए हाइड्रोजन और हीलियम चाहिए होता है. जैसे बाइक को चलाने के लिए पेट्रोल चाहिए होता है, वैसे स्टार्स को चलाने के लिए हाइड्रोजन और हीलियम चाहिए होता है. So there are multiple reactions which happen in the stars. That what makes us to create the stars. If you see at the right hand side of this picture is taken by Hubble Space Telescope of one of the nebula. If you see this cloudy patchy thing, that is the nebula. This is a cloudy. Stars are born from nebula. Like this is the Eagle Nebula. The gravity condenses the matter and the nebula collapses. सब कुछ एक साथ आ जाता है, फिर nebula collapse हो जाता है, right? Condense हो जाता है, फिर nebula collapse हो जाता है. That's how our stars are born. But there's a very interesting thing that every star has some certain phases. There is a phases of a star. So what does this phases of a star means? कि stars को बनने के लिए there are multiple time it takes up. So when I say it multiple time it takes up, it basically means to get a born baby it takes 9 months. एक बेबी को born होने में 9 months लगते हैं. तो उस 9 months के stage में you see multiple different forms of baby, right? कभी इससे ये बनता है, कभी वैसी, ऐसी phases of stars होते हैं जो millions of years तक लग जाते हैं किसी star को born होने में. Most important thing is that protostar. The first phase of the star is known as a protostar. A protostar gets smaller, it spins faster because of the angular momentum, increases pressure, creates rising temperature, and its second phase is that is known as T-Tauri phase. So what is the T-Tauri phase? T-Tauri phase basically is the most important thing is that the T-Tauri phase is the second phase of these stars, which is the protostar. Protostar is the first. So what is angular momentum? I will give you one example. That I'm sure you guys must be knowing about the fastest runner, 100-meter runner in the world, that is Usain Bolt. Right? That is Usain Bolt. And what is the fastest animal? That is cheetah. Right? Usain Bolt की अगर speed हम normally देख भी लें, that is how much? Nearly around 40 किलोमीटर के हिसाब से he runs, right? अगर चीता 110 किलोमीटर के हिसाब से ज्यादा तेज भागने लगे, राइट, 110 किलोमीटर के स्पीड से ज्यादा तेज भागने लगे तो उसकी बॉडी में आग लग जाएगी. If a cheetah starts running more than the speed of 110 kilometer, it will burn. The reason is that the heat in the body will get increased, and that will let the body burn. In the same way, the angular momentum, the momentum of spinning of a star creates so much pressure and so much temperature that it rises its temperature and it enters the second phase of the star, that is known as T-Tauri phase. Now, there is something very interesting. After millions of years later, so getting into a protostar to T-Tauri phase takes nearly millions of years. This doesn't happen in 1 day or 2 days, right? Remember. Now, the second most important part is that after millions of years, later the core temperature climbs to 15 million degrees Celsius. Then it becomes main sequence star. So what does this mean? It basically means that कि T-Tauri phase से जब कोर का टेम्परेचर, किसी स्टार का कोर का टेम्परेचर जब 15 मिलियन डिग्री सेल्सियस जाता है तो उसको कहते हैं मेन सीक्वेंस स्टार. एंड द बेस्ट एग्जांपल ऑफ मेन सीक्वेंस स्टार इज आवर ओन सन. The core of the sun of our solar system is 15 million degrees Celsius. That's what it makes it main sequence star. Now this is something very important, that 90% of the stars, they spend their life in the main sequence star. And the main sequence star life is nearly around some billions of years, million to billions of years. It depends on the size of the star. If you notice something very amazing, that when hydrogen and helium is happening, the reaction, when hydrogen is getting by the nuclear fission, is basically it radiates X-rays, UV ray, gamma ray. These are the things which we come from the sun. If you remember in the basics of stargazing class, the most important aspect was that if you want to get if you want to study gamma ray, X-ray, and UV ray, you need to send the telescopes outside the Earth atmosphere, right? If you remember the last class. In the same way, stars and sun is a star basically. Stars and sun and whatever, they radiate X-rays, gamma ray, UV ray. There's some of the most important aspect is that this makes the star shine brighter, right? जब हीट में एनर्जी कन्वर्ट होता है तो स्टार्स के शाइन ब्राइटर करता है. हॉट स्टार अपीयर व्हाइट एंड ब्लू. मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट, रिमेंबर दिस. हॉट स्टार अपीयर व्हाइट एंड ब्लू, कूलर स्टार अपीयर ऑरेंज एंड रेड. Are you getting it? Now let's come back to this picture. Hot star appear white and blue. So this means right hand side star, if you see, this is a hot star. And if you see the left hand side star, that is the cooler star. That is orange and red. So what does this mean? It basically means that one of the most interesting thing is that stars spend their 90% of their lives in the main sequence star, which as I already mentioned, right? And the most important part is that now, so this was all about the main sequence star and how stars is radiating energy and how everything is being done and everything how everything is getting done and how stars is getting born. This is the normal average life of a star. Now let's come to death of a star. अभी तक हमने जितना भी बात करा, हमने बात करा कि कैसे स्टार बॉर्न होता है, नेबुला से बॉर्न होता है, फिर प्रोटोस्टार बनता है, फिर टी टॉरी फेज बनता है, टी टॉरी फेज से मेन सीक्वेंस स्टार बनता है, राइट? मेन सीक्वेंस स्टार से फिर वो हम लोग देखते हैं कि कैसे मेन सीक्वेंस स्टार से हम लोग फिर नोटिस करते हैं कि कैसे चीजें आगे बढ़ती हैं, कैसे चीजें नहीं बढ़ती. The multiple factors. As I always remember, a life of a star, it depends on the size of the star. This is the most important aspect that you need to remember. Apart from that, if I move a little forward, the most important theory is that अगर गाड़ी का पेट्रोल खत्म हो जाए, गाड़ी बंद हो जाएगी, राइट? कभी ना कभी तो बंद होगी. इन द सेम वे एक ऐसा टाइम आएगा जब stars का फ्यूल भी खत्म हो जाएगा, that is hydrogen and helium, right? As the stars move towards its end of their life, much of their hydrogen has already been converted to helium. अब हम आते हैं डेथ ऑफ अ स्टार पे, कि स्टार की डेथ कैसे होती है. कि as the stars move towards its end of their life, much of their hydrogen has already been converted to helium. Helium sinks to the star's core and rises the star's temperature, which causes the outer shell of hot gases to expand. The most important thing is that जैसे ही हीलियम स्टार के कोर में आ जाता है, वैसे ही रिएक्शन होने लगती है और गैसेस जो है एक्सपैंड करती है. उस स्टार को कहा जाता है रेड जायंट स्टार्स. ऑलवेज रिमेंबर, जब हाइड्रोजन नहीं बचता, सिर्फ हीलियम बचता है. नाउ देयर इज समथिंग अमेजिंग. दिस इज वन ऑफ द वेज स्टार डाइज, रिमेंबर. एंड सेकंड, one of the most amazing way, the second amazing way the star dies is known as supernova explosion. I'm sure many of you must be knowing this. What is a supernova explosion? When a supernova explodes matter, it expands at some 15 to 40,000 kilometers per second in the universe. I will show you one example. I'm going to make a drawing quickly. So just look at this screen. If you see in the middle of this is a supernova explosion happening, this one. So this is a supernova explosion happening. So this is the most important. So I think my voice is cracking to a lot of people. My internet connection is a little unstable. Give me 1 second. Let me just check my internet connection. So yeah, so I'm sure most of you must have heard of one thing that is known as supernova explosion. What is a supernova explosion? This means that when a star dies, it has a blast. When it blasts, the matter from inside the star travels to 15 to 40,000 kilometers per second in the universe. These blasts produce many elements like iron, sodium, which makes up our planet. This is my hand. Okay, can you see my hand? Yeah, you can see my face. You can see my hand, right? Can you see this veins? The veins. Can you see this skin? Right? This is the skin. It has iron. It has sodium. The skin. How Why the skin has iron and sodium? Because of a supernova explosion. Right? How does the Earth start it? Earth was bombarded with a lot of asteroids. Right? Those asteroids carries those minerals, that is iron and sodium, which made our planet, which made the humans, which made all the living things. So at the end, I just want to say you that remember, you're made up of stars because of a supernova explosion. Right? Now, if we move forward, this is comes a very interesting thing. That is the black hole. Now, this is a very important topic. I know many of you are interested in knowing about black holes. So I'm going to very speak for the next 5 minutes very broadly about the black hole. Remember, often when I ask anyone that what is a black hole, the most common answer I get is that a black hole is something which is known as where light cannot reach. That is not the true uh, definition of a black hole. That's, you can't describe a black hole कि वहां लाइट नहीं पहुंचती इसलिए वो ब्लैक होल है, ऐसा थोड़ी होता है. राइट? दैट इज नॉट अ ब्लैक होल. आई विल टेल यू कि कैसे क्या होता है ब्लैक होल. इफ अ स्टार इज सो मैसिव 10 टाइम्स बिगर देन आवर ओन सन, अगर हमारे सन से कोई 10 गुना बड़ा स्टार हो, it leaves behind a large core. Core has no energy left to fuse. It has no outward pressure. What does this mean? The core has no energy left, means there is no fuel, there is no hydrogen and helium, but there is gravity. What this is that gravity बीच में आके it starts putting the pressure and it may lead to encompass its own gravity and it turn into a sinkhole. It starts scratching itself, and when it put all the energy, when it tries to scratch, pull each other from the gravitational pull, all the gravitational pull creates a sinkhole that is known as a black hole. Now, why black hole is so interesting? The reason of the black hole is so interesting is that we can't see a black hole. Right now you can see me. Why you can see me? आप अभी मुझे क्यों देख सकते हैं? The reason is that क्योंकि lights on है. अभी मैं room की lights बंद कर दूं तो आप मुझे नहीं देख सकते. Right? In the same way, black is not a color. Always remember, black is not a color. And you can't see a black hole from a telescope. You can't see a black hole from your eyes. The reason is that because black we can't see. Are you getting it? But how do we find a black hole? We see the surrounding of a black hole. So when I say we see the surrounding, because you must have heard कि light जब पहुंचती है तो light अंदर चली जाती है, वापस नहीं आती. What does this mean? मतलब अगर this is my phone, if I try to click a picture of a black hole, if I put my flashlight on the black hole, then the entire flashlight will go inside the black hole, but I cannot click the picture. What does this mean? That whatever light goes inside doesn't comes back. This is the most important part of a black hole कि अगर मैं अपना फोन का कैमरा लेके ब्लैक होल की पिक्चर खींचूं तो जो सारी फ्लैश लाइट्स, अगर मैं फ्लैश लाइट उस पर मारूं, फ्लैश लाइट जो है वो सारी ब्लैक होल के अंदर चली जाएगी, बट फोटो क्लिक नहीं होगी. इसका मतलब ये तो यही होता है कि whatever goes inside the black hole doesn't come out. In a very simple layman's language. Why does this happen? We are still researching about it. अभी हमारे पास उतना एविडेंस नहीं है, but we are still doing a lot of research about a black hole. If you see at the back of this picture is the first picture of the black hole which was clicked by the Event Horizon Telescope. If you see this orangish thing, this is all stars in the galaxy. In the middle of it, there is a black hole. This is the first picture of a black hole, right? And this black hole is somewhere around 67 million light years away from us. What does this mean? This means when we looked at this black hole, आज का black hole नहीं था, वो 67 million light years पुराना black hole था, जो आज हमारे पास light पहुंचे और जो हमने आज पिक्चर खींची है. This is the most important thing that you guys need to remember. That you're not looking at the present, you're looking at the past, right? Now, this is the final touch-up, which is the life and death of a star. Main sequence star, protostar, T-Tauri. Then comes the main sequence. That is the 90% of the stars, they spend their life in the main sequence star. Then we divide stars into two categories. That is a massive star and average star. From massive star, we get red supergiant and red giant. What is a red giant? When there is no hydrogen, only helium is there in the core, outer gases expands. That is a red supergiant and red giant. What is the difference between red giant और red supergiant? Red giant और red supergiant में क्या है? उसके size matter करता है, सिर्फ और कुछ नहीं. Red supergiant, supernova and planetary nebula. Supernova, you guys know, a blast. When a star dies, a blast happens. A black hole, a neutron star. A planetary nebula, white dwarf and black dwarf. रेड जायंट से प्लैनेटरी नेबुला बनता है, नेबुला से व्हाइट ड्वार्फ और ब्लैक ड्वार्फ बनता है. न्यूट्रॉन स्टार क्या होता है? व्हेन फ्रॉम अ ब्लैक होल से शायद कभी कभार सुपरनोवा एक्सप्लोजन से ब्लैक होल्स भी बन जाते हैं, राइट? कभी कभार न्यूट्रॉन स्टार्स भी बन जाते हैं. व्हाट इज अ न्यूट्रॉन स्टार? न्यूट्रॉन स्टार बेसिकली इज दोस आर व्हेन they are the same size of the earth, they have the same mass of the earth, But the interesting part is that they spin very fast. They are the very, very fast spinning stars. That's why they are known as neutron star. Right. So this was the entire life and death of a star. So if we talk about, this is the mainly basically, this is the most important that we need to understand, that it takes nearly billions of years, millions of years for a star to born, and it takes nearly billions of years to start to for a star to die. But the most important aspect is that it always depends that how massive the star is and how average the star is. And if I see there is a white and black dwarf also, so white and black dwarf is just a color difference. And what is a white dwarf and black dwarf? The interesting part is that these are the stars like the sun only, but they have exhausted their nuclear fuel. But when there is no nuclear fuel left in the star, right, it becomes the stars expel most of its outer material, creating a planetary nebula. Only the hot core of the star remains. That is a white dwarf. I know many of you are from a very lower grade, and many of you are from a very, what you call, very small, small in age. Maybe you don't know all these things. I have tried to be as simple as I can be, and this was the end of the lecture. So always remember, there are two things you need to do. You should follow us. This is Aryan Mishra. Hi everyone. And this is, we have two Instagram pages, that is Fiddling Stars and Spark Astronomy. You must follow Fiddling Stars and Spark Astronomy if you want to stay updated with our work, if you want to do anything. Fiddling Stars is a place where I post all my work, I post all the things what I do. If you want to watch this lecture again, then come join us on Facebook. We will post the lecture at 7 p.m. today evening. And thank you, signing off. This is Aryan, and I go off, and now I'm going to take the Q&A, and let's go with the Q&A. So interestingly, I'm going to give opportunity to all the people. There's only one way we can do the Q&A. That is, what you have to do is that you have to raise your hand, and while raising your hand, you have to let me know, and I can do the Q&A then. So raise your hand. I'm going to open your mic, and then you're going to speak. Right. So the first mic will be of Kashish. I'm going to open your mic. Just hold on for a second. Yes, Kashish.
So how far does the power of the supernova goes?
So as you said, I have mentioned that it travels at 15 to 40,000 kilometers per second. So it can reach to, it depends on the size of the supernova also, the size of the explosion. So it travels at 15 to 40,000 kilometers per second.
Awesome. Okay, sir.
Yeah. The next question will be asked by Leelavati M. I have opened your mic. You can speak. So the next question will be asked by Rishabh Pandya.
Sir, the if you want to ask for the PPT, so same email ID you have to give me.
Yeah. You have to email me on the same email ID. The next question will be asked by Devansh Panwar.
Yeah, yes, sir. Sir, I wanted to ask that you said that everything that like the black hole swallows everything, even light doesn't escape from it. So, sir, is it like something that everything that is swallowed by a black hole is thrown into some other dimension?
It can be. It can be. I am getting your point that you're trying to say that whatever the matter goes inside the black hole must be going somewhere. As of now, we don't have a solid proof of it. We don't
Or,
know.
sir, is it like that it is storing inside a black hole, and then there would be another big bang from the matter that is stored inside it?
As of now, we don't have any proof of it. But I'm neither.
Okay, sir.
So we don't have any proof as of now. So yeah, I'm gonna put this thing again. Now the next question will be asked by Gun Kharbanda.
Thank you, sir. Very good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good. Tell me.
I just wanted to ask that I didn't understand why hot stars appear to be white and blue.
Oh, this is a common principle. It's nothing like that. So I know, understand. I know. The mentality is that अगर कोई चीज रेड होगी तो वो हॉट होगा, बट ऐसा नहीं होता. यूनिवर्स में एक्चुअली उसका उल्टा है. So it doesn't happen. I will tell you one experiment. Let's do one experiment. I don't know whether maybe you can buy it on Amazon. You must have seen prism. Have you guys seen a prism?
I have a
You must have
prism.
seen a prism. Yeah, everyone must have seen a prism. So if you don't have it, you don't have it in your home, that's okay. You can buy it on Amazon, or it doesn't cost that much. But if you don't want to buy it, maybe sometimes when you go back to school, take a prism. Okay, take a prism and put the sunlight. Just pass the sunlight from the prism and see the spectrum, and take a thermometer and measure each spectrum light. ब्लू कलर मेजर करिए, रेड कलर मेजर करिए, सारे लाइट मेजर करिए और देखिए किसका ज्यादा टेम्परेचर है. Then you will get to know that why it is being said. So yeah,
Thank you, sir.
even always remember, sun is in white color. Sun is not red. If you see the green picture, red picture, blue, yellow picture, वो क्यों होते हैं? It just happened because, why does it happen? Because we put X-ray, gamma ray, UV ray filters, and then we see the sun. Do you know there is a very amazing fact that rattlesnake, आप लोग snakes को पता होगा? I'm sure most of you must be knowing about rattlesnakes, right? Rattlesnakes, they can't see. Snakes, they can't see. But how do they see? Have you seen that? Okay, I'm going to do a very funny thing. So, आपने कभी snake को ऐसे करते हुए देखा है? वो अपनी टंग बार-बार निकालता है बाहर. वो क्यों कर रहा है? The reason why it is taking out its tongue back to back again. The reason is that it's trying to sense this surrounding. Right? They can't see. They can only see infrared light. So if rattlesnake looks at the sun, it will not see the light which we are seeing. It will see the infrared light coming from the sun. So this is something very interesting, amazing about the snakes, that they can't see, but they can see the infrared coming. So if they look up at the sky, they can see the infrared light coming from the stars. They can't see what we see. Always remember. The next question will be asked by Hriday Kalra.
So will the sun go red giant or red supergiant?
So there is a little bit, again, there is a complex things to answer, that how does the sun will die or something like that. But we are right now hoping that it can become a red supergiant. Yeah, this is the hope right now, so that it can become a red supergiant. Yeah, but it will still take nearly 4 billion years to make this happen. So it is not that easy. It will still take time. So yeah. So the next question will be asked by Shaurya Chopra.
Yes, sir. I wanted to ask that you said that when the supernova explodes,
Yeah.
it causes matter to expand to around 15,000 to 40,000 kilometers.
Yeah.
So what is the approximate?
I can't actually, I couldn't hear you. Can you repeat your question? Are you there? I missed your question, Shaurya. Maybe you just put it in the chat box. I can read it. So the
Sir,
next.
your voice is cracking. I can't hear you.
Yeah, can you repeat your question?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, just repeat your question. Can you hear me, Shaurya? Just hold on.
Yes, sir. Sir,
Yeah.
I wanted to ask that when the supernova explodes, it causes matter to expand to around 15,000 to 40,000 kilometers.
Yeah.
So, sir, what is the area in which the matter expands? Like, there should be some area in which the supernova causes matter to expand, right?
Yeah. Maybe, for example, if the supernova is in some constellation, So if it's in some constellation or something, the matter will expand in the any part of the universe. It can expand any part of it. It's not like
Any part of the universe.
yeah. It has a direction.
Okay.
Of course, it has a direction. It doesn't go like कि कहीं पे भी फैल जाएगा, but it has a direction to go. It depends where is the location of the supernova explosion. It depends on that also.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Of course. The next question will be asked by Avika Singh Rathod. Yes.
Yes, sir. I have the question that can we capture the black hole in camera and the temperature around the black hole is cold or hot?
We can't, it takes a lot of time to click a picture of a black hole. As I said, that we can't see a black hole. We need to see the surrounding of a black hole. We need to see the movement of a black hole. That's how we can see the black hole. So that's how maybe you can't see a black hole, but you can click a picture of a black hole, but you need to create the first picture of a black hole of the surrounding. Then you need to see the black hole surrounding, then only you can construct a picture. You can't, the interesting part of astronomy is that you need to construct the picture. आप खींचते नहीं हो पिक्चर, आपको कंस्ट्रक्ट करनी पड़ती है पिक्चर ब्लैक होल की एक एक करके एक एक पोजीशन लेके. दैट्स हाउ यू मेक द पिक्चर ऑफ अ ब्लैक होल. इट डजंट, ऐसा नहीं कि कैमरा पुट करा खिंच गई. हमें बहुत बड़े बड़े टेलीस्कोप्स लगा के एक एक पिक्चर पोर्शन के छोटी छोटी पिक्सेल्स में खींच के देन वी मेक इट एंटायर पिक्चर. दैट्स हाउ यू सी that picture of one black hole. I don't remember how many shots are clicked for that picture. It must be more than hundreds and hundreds of shots. I don't remember in the number. Yeah. So yeah. The next question will be asked by Tia Agarwal. Yes, Tia.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
I can't hear you, Tia. Like,
Can you hear me now?
yeah, I can hear you now.
Sir, actually, I wanted to ask that everything has an end. So, is the end of universe also?
Yeah, of course. The scientists believe that the universe will end from a big crunch, like another blast. Like the matter will come together and it will come and blast. That's the big crunch. But we don't have a proof of yet, but it's still a theory. That's it. And the next question will be asked by Karthik Arora.
So can you explain nebula again?
Karthik, in which class are you in?
So 7th.
7th. Which school?
So Birla Vidyanikedhan.
ये किधर है?
What? So
Where is the school? Birla Vidyanikedhan?
Delhi.
Oh, Delhi mein. Oh, wow. Amazing. So what is a nebula? A nebula is a gaseous thing from where the stars are born from. They are the mothers of these stars. Like, Karthik, I'm sure you must be, everyone is born from a mom. You must be having a mom. And the same way, stars' mom is nebula. Right? Nebula जो होते हैं वो stars से born, nebula stars जो होते हैं वो nebula से born करते हैं. It's a gaseous thing which has multiple reactions going on. That reaction is known as nuclear fission. उसके वजह से stars born होते हैं. So yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Karthik. The next question will be asked by Manan Makhija.
सर जैसे 29 अप्रैल को वो जो एस्ट्रॉयड फॉल हुआ था उससे बचे, जैसे जो 400 मिलियन इयर्स जो गामा ब्लास्ट होने वाला है, तो वैसे ही रोटेशन रेवोल्यूशन की वजह से हम बच सकते हैं.
मतलब आप यही पूछ रहे हैं ना सवाल कि मतलब एस्ट्रॉयड इम्पैक्ट से क्या हम बच सकते हैं?
यस,
हम बच सकते हैं. हमारे पास टेक्नोलॉजी है, हमारे पास सैटेलाइट से जो हमें बता सकती हैं कि एस्ट्रॉयड्स कब हमारे पास आ रहे हैं. ऑफ कोर्स हम बच सकते हैं. दैट्स नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम. ऑफ कोर्स हम बच सकते हैं. सो या. एंड लास्ट क्वेश्चन हम पूछते हैं. लास्ट क्वेश्चन तो नहीं है. हमारा नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है वनी नरूला.
So actually, good afternoon, sir. My question was that how did humans get to know that how the universe expanded and the origin of universe. How did humans get to know in the first place?
If you remember the last class, I was talking about that how the first person to tell about the universe expanding was Edwin Hubble in 1920, right? Edwin Hubble is
Sir,
an
I actually wasn't in the first class.
Oh, it's okay, no problem. I can repeat, no problem, no problem. You're good. So, if you see, that's one thing that when astronomers they started observing that the galaxies are moving one away from us, that's how we concluded that the universe expanded. हम आपस में एक दूसरे से दूर हो रहे थे दूसरी गैलेक्सी से उससे कंक्लूड करा गया उस ऑब्जर्वेशन से कि यूनिवर्स एक्सपैंड कर रहा है.
Thank you, sir.
The next question will be asked by Vihan. Vihan is also my best friend in school. Is that the same Vihan? Vihan.
Sir,
Yeah.
my question is that you said that the galaxy expands. So where the galaxy goes expand?
अच्छा जो गैलेक्सी एक्सपैंड हुई वो कहाँ जा रहे हैं? They're also moving away from us, like they're going other part of the universe. They're traveling, right? जैसे होता है ना कि we kept traveling and we keep traveling on the roads. हम कहीं जा रहे होते हैं. वैसे वो भी कहीं ना कहीं travel कर रहे हैं. They're moving away from us. We have a lecture known as Deep into the Universe. If you will attend the lecture Deep into the Universe, I'm talking only about the galaxies, how galaxies are classified, where they are moving, what is the speed of the galaxies, where are in the universe. So I'm talking very deeply. I'm right now not talking that much, but we have a class known as.
Sir, my second question is that how many galaxies are there in the universe?
They're nearly so as much as we have seen till now, there are nearly 200 to 300 billion galaxies.